Hi guys, welcome you all to Edu Transmitters. This is Suraya Tasneem. Today we are going to talk about the mechanism of urine formation, which majorly takes place by four stages, that is glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, tubular secretion and formation of the hypertonic urine. So let's start. Glomerular filtration. So as the blood flows into the glomerulus, the fine blood capillaries which are present in the Bowman's capsule, cup shaped structure called as Bowman's capsule is referred as glomerulus, right? So as the blood flows into this glomerulus, the pressure influences the narrowness of the efferent arteriole and ultrafiltration takes place over this region. Okay, ultrafiltration takes place, that is filtration of water molecules, nutrients are filtered out and enters the Bowman's capsule. Next step is the tubular reabsorption. So the renal capillaries which are present around the nephron, these are all the capillaries guys, the capillaries which are present around the proximal convoluted tubule, they will reabsorb, that is like how the sponge will absorb the water when we keep it above the water. In the same way, the capillaries which are present all around the proximal convoluted tubule guys, they will reabsorb all the essential and useful components which are present in the urine guys, like the glucose, amino acids, sodium, potassium, calcium, chloride, and about 75% of the water is being reabsorbed by the capillaries present around the proximal convoluted tubule. I hope you are clear guys. So next step is the tubular secretion guys, right? So what happens over here is the secretion of the waste products takes place by all the blood capillaries. In the this tubular reabsorption, absorption of the essential components is been taking place, right? So yes guys, in the tubular reabsorption, absorption is taking place, and in tubular secretion, excretion, that is secretion of the waste is taking place through the blood capillaries itself. Okay, what are the wastes that are excreted? That is urea, uric acid, creatinine, salt ions like the sodium, potassium, hydrogen ions, all this is taking place. Why it is taking place? To maintain the concentration as well as the pH of the urine. So now we are left with the last step, that is the formation of the hypertonic urine. How it takes place is, so yes guys, how the hypertonic urine is been formed is about 75% of the water is reabsorbed already in the proximal convoluted tubule, and about 10% which is being left, it is being filtrated in this loop of Henle guys. Okay, further concentration of urine takes place in the collecting duct. So these are the essential components. Proximal 75%, in the loop of Henle 10% of filtrate takes place, and further concentration of the urine, that is reabsorption and tubular secretion, as we have already discussed, it is taking place in the collecting duct. Okay, all this is happening in the presence of a hormone called as vasopressin. So this hormone vasopressin is being secreted only when the concentrated urine is to be passed out. Absence of this vasopressin produces dilute urine guys, and the function of this hormone is, it is maintaining the osmotic concentration of the body fluids, right? Absorption of essential components and the removal of the harmful substances from the kidneys, right? But if this vasopressin is absent in the body, it leads to a disease called as diabetes insipidus. Okay, where excessive and repeated urination takes place. The urine which is being formed in the kidneys, it is being collected by this whitish tubules, that is the ureters guys. It carries urine from the ureters and ultimately opens into the urinary bladder with the help of the peristaltic movements. This urinary bladder is a pear-shaped dispensable sac-like structure, right, which will store the urine. The capacity of this urinary bladder is about 300 to 800 ml of urine it can store. Okay, the urine collected by the ureters is being stored in the urinary bladder with the help of the peristaltic movements. So this urinary bladder, when it finally fills with the urine, it opens with the help of the urethra by the ring of muscles or with the help of the sphincters. So the process of urination is referred as micturition. When the bladder is finally filled with the urine, the contraction of the muscles takes place due to the increased pressure inside the bladder, and the muscles are stretched out. Okay, this will send the signal to the brain and automatic reflexes will take place. And as I have said, the muscles and sphincters are present, right? The lower sphincter is under the control of brain, guys. Okay, brain is controlling the lower sphincter, but this control is not being seen in the young children, so they pee often without the control of urination. Okay, and the stretch so what happens finally is the stretched bladder will send the signals to the brain and develop reflexes, and the urine is being excreted out with through the urethra. How much urine is produced per day? That is 1.6 to 1.8 liters of urine is being excreted per day. Okay guys, and the quantity may increase or decrease according to the fluid intake that an individual is consuming. If more fluid is been consumed by the individual, more urination, and less water or fluids is been consumed, then less urination is being observed. So two questions may arise in your brain, that why do we often urinate in winter, guys? Why people often visit washrooms during winter? That is, in winter there is less loss of water, right? There will be no sweating, so as a result of that, more osmoregulatory mechanism will take place and the kidneys will produce more urine. No sweating, no loss of water from any other excretory. The skin is also a major role, right, excreting the toxins, right? So but no, the sweating take place in the winter and the kidneys producing more urine, so we urinate more in winter. What will happen if reabsorption of water doesn't take place? That is, if no reabsorption of essential component is taking place in this loop of Henle and proximal convoluted tubule, then obviously the elimination of the useful components takes place through urine, right? Yes guys, the composition of urine is 96% of water, 2.5% of organic solutes like uric acid and creatinine, and 1.5% of inorganic solutes such as chloride, magnesium, calcium, sodium, etc. And pH of the urine is usually acidic, that is 6.0 in the beginning, and later it becomes alkaline due to the decomposition of the urea to ammonia. So urine is alkaline in nature. That's all for today guys. Make sure to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Bye bye.